The referees from Brazil, Serbia, and Argentina, Locatelli, Blizic, and Fabrizio Vito.
That won't be too much of a factor because obviously all of these players won't be refereed by players from different parts of the world on a regular occasion, but you just have to adjust every time you get on the floor. You always adjust to the way the referees are going to call it. They'll call it probably tight. A lot of high-flying bodies on this American team, and nobody wants to see anybody get hurt by getting caught in mid-air. So you know the referees will keep it tight and get on top of things early.
Well, watch it. USA will try to come out and start fast. Italy, obviously, tempo, rebounding. Hugely important factors in this game for Andrea Copabianco. Probably the USA prohibitive favorites in this game without question, and I'd be surprised if they go and win this game. They didn't stick around to watch the next game against Greece.
I question that, Jeff. I think the players will get the game done. They'll be on the bus out of here. They've got enough people to be staying behind watching the game.
The coaches.
Absolutely. Somebody will be here. Exactly right. We'll all want to watch it. I think if they get through and Greece get through, then it's going to be some semi-final match for sure. Some of the home partisan fans here.
Sean Miller's got himself quite a team, and you can see that he's pumped up to come and take home a medal.
He was assistant under Billy Donovan 2 years ago, and when Donovan opted for the NBA 3 or 4 months ago, Donovan was still head coach at the turn of the year. And Sean Miller was only more than happy to step into those shoes. And of course, his brother is one of the assistant coaches. Ed Cooley's an interesting character on that bench. Jeff, he will not stop talking the whole game through. And you wonder where all the noise is coming from. It's mostly Ed Cooley on that bench. All in here. Here we go. Well, you've got height advantage at every position on the floor. And the Italians will just be looking to keep it close within the first 5 minutes. You make a statement at least.
Well, hello, welcome everybody to Greece. It's the FIBA U19 World Championship. It's quarterfinals day, and it's the United States taking on Italy. Italy in blue and USA in white. Attacking the basket to your right. So buckle your seatbelts. Get ready. This should be fun to watch. Brunson is going to chase the ball, and it's going to go out of bounds over to the Azzurri, the Italians. So Brunson is up guarding the point guard, and almost a travel there. And the jump down low, and the ball hits the front, the rim, and it's over. Start for Severini.
Yeah, I'm not sure that Flaccadori was in low for the layup. He didn't want to take it. Or De La Rosa, I think it was.
Brunson alley-oop, right over into the high flag selling of Curtis Ferguson. He is lightning quick, and he can also fly.
That's the first play of the game. Always get suspicious when teams come out with a high-flying dunk to start things off. Great back door.
Oh, beautiful play, and off the backboard, and Ferguson letting it be known he's going to go up on both ends of the court. That was,
I'll tell you what,
almost all the way down, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's the first play of the game. They run a backdoor special to dunk it down the first 2 points of the game.
Brunson over to Pete into the corner, and Onuaku unable to control it. So De La Rosa has it. Nasserati. And the bump from Pete is Italy get the ball into the lane. Mastroianni inside. Got it to number 12 of Italy, Flacadori. And Flacadori goes in amongst the trees and has to kind of step back, turn around, jump on the baseline. Now Brunson passes back outside to Ferguson. And Ferguson was fouled, attempting the three.
Yeah, Terence Ferguson, he will shoot on sight, there's no doubt about it. Brunson's penetration gave him the space to get that three off. And I'm not sure what contact was made in the corner, but we're going to get some free throws here.
Ferguson makes the first. So he started. I'd say he's been relatively quiet for this tournament.
Yeah, I don't think he's had a game in double figures. He's averaging about 18.9 minutes a game, just under 5 points. Well, this will give him 5 if he makes this free throw here, which will put him up as one of his high performances in the tournament.
And Ferguson gives the USA to the lead. Now pressure from the USA, leaves somebody open. Flacadori decides to go inside. And nice release that time from Lupator.
You can operate the low post against these guys. You can operate. There's no doubt about that.
Uwaku, and he has been denied by Lupator, but then reaches in and then commits the foul. So he's finding it difficult in there amongst the Italian bigs so far. Onuaku picks up his first, and it's the second team foul in the USA. Flacadori, full pressure. Jackson ready to trap, and Flacadori read it. Now they rotate it quickly. Lupator, good!
Well, you know the double team's coming, therefore if you get the ball out quickly, move it around, you're going to get open jump shots. Argentina found that their cost, they couldn't make the shots, but Italy have made them so far.
Now Brunson gets swatted by Severini. And Del Rosa brings it up. Well, Italy playing smart, expecting the pressure. Jackson fights through the pick. Severini sets the pick, and Flacadori hits the shot. Hits behind the strike.
Sean Miller down there to our left here. Jeff, he knows he's in a game right now. We've only just started it too.
Brunson over to a wide open Teague, and off the back of the rim, but the big man for the USA, Onuaku puts it up and in.
That's it. Here's the game breaker right here. Harry Giles comes in. They're going to put him in the 5 spot. Feed this man the ball on the low post. Let him go to work. Then let everybody just work around him. Brunson comes out. Evans in.
So yeah, Harry Giles.
I'm surprised that Swanigan hasn't come in, but they're going to go for the agility defensively, I think, with Giles. He's stuck in the point guard. Giles will guard anybody.
Flacadori. Oh, Evans almost takes it away. De La Rosa has it. De La Rosa. Oh, what was that? Decided to put it up, and alert play from Lupator. So De La Rosa, instead of passing it into the corner, put up a crazy shot, and Lupator was there for the follow. Peak. Back to Giles, and Giles goes up and just sitting there, you can see already.
I think along with Tatum, Giles has that ability to score anywhere. Just a soft touch.
Flacadori pulls up. He may have rushed out. Was that a pass? Well, Severini was there. He puts it up and in.
They're getting out muscled down low. It's Lupator, Severini. They're both going to work, and they shouldn't be allowed anywhere near that bucket. Just need to find some cohesion in this USA team right now. Settle down a bit. Get the ball in the low post. Here we go.
Here comes Giles. Goes right at Severini, and it's good.
They could score. He could flat out score.
Not much you can do about that for the Italians. That's the Flacadori. Mastroianni. And then Jackson reaches in, takes it away. Goes behind the back. Good gracious, what a play. Josh Jackson. Del Rossi, the USA pressure, when they turn it up a notch.
Yeah, they just need a little inch, don't they? Great back door.
Beautiful.
And that's what I'm talking about, Jeff. You can gamble on the perimeter if you've got insurance back door and covering the bucket. Nobody there that time. No shot blockers around.
Nope, if they're overplaying defense, that's what's going to be there. Pete hands it off to Evans. And Evans puts up a tough shot and draws the foul. And De La Rosa. So, we've got multiple substitutions coming in here. Swanigan, Jason Tatum, and Bibbs is coming in.
Jeff, I'm not sure this helps the USA. When you go 3 for 3 in, 3 out, you've got 3 players walking onto the floor who aren't ready into the swing of things. They've played 4 games in the tournament already, and they've been 20 points up when this has happened before. But now, they're in a ball game here.
So Evans makes the first.
You've got Bibbs, Swanigan, and Tatum in the game fresh, and they've got to pick up the tempo of this game very, very quickly.
So Evans will come out. Brunson comes back in. Costa has come in, and as well as Latore that you talked about, and the turnover quickly, and it goes to Tatum, and he just lays it over back in front just like that.
Yeah, they can't have Andre Latore bringing the ball up the floor, that's for sure. He's not that quick.
Costa, and they do get it over in time. Flacadori. Nice pass. Lupasor drives in. Boy, he knows how to get to the basket, doesn't he? Lupasor.
Good player, no doubt about it. Born in Moldova.
And that was Brunson. Brunson goes to get the first basket.
He's a good scorer.
Torrey.
Natural scorer, Jalen Brunson.
And Latore passes back outside. Costa now in the lane. Giles, and the new rebound for grabs for the night. And Bibbs off the back of the rim and over the top of the backboard. You can hear the Italian coach voicing, shouting out the instructions. They've done a pretty good job breaking this press so far. Lupasor, cross court to Flacadori.
Oh, that'll reach to look at it, really. You can see its weaknesses, trying to exploit it.
And Flacadori just goes right down the lane, but just a little too hard off the backboard. Now Tatum. And the open floor has it knocked away by Lupasor. He didn't see that coming.
That's what I said, Jeff. You've got to pick up the tempo of this game quickly coming off the bench. 3 for 3 substitution can hurt you sometimes.
Latore goes right at Giles and puts it up over the basket. Severini battles it, but only Giles is going to come down with it. Now Bibbs. And back to Swanigan. And Swanigan goes up. For him, and USA on top by 3.
Notice the press is not as effective there. They scored the bucket. They take forever to get in the press. Costa's in trouble here.
And here comes Tatum. And he scores, and now the Italians down 5. And look at this. Tatum just reaches in, takes it away. And how long can they go without De La Rosa in the lineup? Flacadori over to Latore. Lupasor, open for 3. It's good. He's really keeping him in the game.
And as soon as you move that ball quickly so that maybe Swanigan's the one that has to rotate to the perimeter, it becomes an open jump shot for you. And if you've got somebody who can shoot, a big that can shoot the ball.
And Brunson gets it, puts it back up and in. 25-20 now, Lupasor. Picarelli's coming in with De La Rosa and Rui. For Italy on the next dead ball, Flacadori misses with the jumper, and Flanagan keeps it away from Severini. Brunson hands it off to Flanagan, and Flanagan travels.
Yeah, Caleb Swanigan catches it on the move. He's got a bit of power dribble in there, really. To get too cute with everybody.
So Giles goes out, Brunson. And you've got Evans, Ferguson, wholesale substitutions again for the USA. Welsh coming in for the first time. And De La Rosa escapes the full court press now. 1 minute to go here in the opening quarter. Picorelli. Rui hands it off to Flacadori. Flacadori, left-hander. And a long jumper by Severini. And the rebound for Italy. Evans reaches in and commits the foul.
And I'll tell you what, Jeff, the referees, look at the foul count, 2 for 2. That's the third foul now, the fifth foul of the quarter. As soon as the referees start calling it close with the bumps that the USA defense gets away with a lot of the time, and they're going to be in all sorts of problems.
Oh, beautiful bounce pass to Severini, but Welsh was there. When Severini stepped back, he was able to reach in and knock it out of bounds.
I'll tell you what, this was definitely not on the cards. A game this close with such high scoring on it. The States have got 25 on the board. That's what you expect. They're averaging close to 95, 100. But Italy with 20 themselves, that's a good first quarter for them.
And Flacadori's been tremendous. He's taking a seat here at the end of the first quarter. Tatum. Tatum's long jump shot. And now the Italians really try to hold it for one. 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, bounce pass, and read by Tatum. So the Italians, even though obviously they didn't play a perfect game, they kept it. They did pretty well. They still trail by 7 points at the end of the opening quarter.
Yeah, and I think the one thing they've got to watch out for now is the fact that this thing doesn't get out of hand too quick. If it's 27-20, that's a great start, but they've got to really knuckle down maybe the first half of the second period.
Well, that's pretty good shooting for the USA, isn't it?
You can only get better than that. They made 2 more shots. So 13 of 13. That's pretty incredible, really. And it's highlighted in the rebounds. 13 rebounds for the first period. The USA with only 1 offensive rebound, where you say, well, I don't need too many more when you only miss 2 shots. Turnovers low for each team, and the Italian 4 turnovers speaks volumes for the fact they're in this game already. They've got some good guards. They handle the pressure well. They've looked at a lot of tape of the full court pressure that the USA has put on in this tournament. And sometimes, by showing everything early in the tournament, give your opponents something to chew on later in the tournament from the knockout stages. So, for 4 games, the USA have piled on the defensive pressure, full court pressure, run and gun, run and jump. And therefore, teams later in the tournament can look at these things, look at the tape, and say, okay, what can we do now to beat this? And if you move the ball quickly out of the double team, reverse it around, make the bigs of USA come out and play on the perimeter. Once you've beaten that press, then it becomes a different story.
Well, I think De La Rosa is really for me, looks far more comfortable going up against that USA pressure for Italy, but he's not going to be able to play for 40 minutes. When both he and Flacadori, number 12, are in the game.
Yeah, Flacadori's a good player. Left-handed, he's about 6'5", 6'6", and along with De La Rosa, handles the pressure with ease.
Well, welcome back to Greece. It's the start of the second quarter of the quarterfinal between the USA and Italy. USA on top 27-20, but they've found themselves some opponents here that are pushing them early, the Italians. But Jason Tatum has come out and just made play, having not started in the game.
He reminds me of Reggie Miller. Long, very active, got a great jump shot. And extends to the hoop.
And Flacadori called for the offensive foul. Evans was on him like right on right.
Yeah, that's tough, you know, because some games that'll go the other way. That'll go against Evans. He's riding Flacadori down the lane, but good defense, good pressure. Caused the turnover.
So Tote has come into the game, number 15 for Severini.
The Italian coach is saying the exact same. He's got his hand on his hip all the way down the floor.
5 turnovers for Italy, 3 for USA. Here's Evans, back to Welsh at the line, and Welsh.
That's good basketball. Good basketball. That's good. He can shoot the ball.
And De La Rosa now, first double-digit lead for the USA. Picorelli. Rui, and has it knocked away by Tatum, but De La Rosa gets it back and puts up a shot at the line. He got the rim. Rui with the rebound. So Italy pass it around out on the perimeter. Four on the shot clock, De La Rosa. And that was long, and a foul called on Peak.
Jeff, Italy started the game with Lupasor inside the Severini, and the backups off the bench, Totte and Rui, just aren't the same caliber. You see the foul there. I'm not sure where you see the foul there.
Well, they're just jostling for position.
Yeah. But you can see when Italy have to go to the bench at the 4 and 5 position, they're a little left wanting.
Well, the good news for Italy is that Tatum has checked out. Bad news is you've got both Giles and Jackson now in the game, and Ferguson as well. And Flacardi drives in. He's been good. So gets it back to 9. Brunson hands off to Jackson. He's had one of the plays of the game after the steal and the behind-the-back drive. Is Jackson. So Jackson is showing us his A game tonight. Belarus with a shot clock winding down. Gets it back to Tote. And a big left-hander.
Not an offensive rebounder in sight. All 5 blue shirts heading back on defense. And that's why.
Jackson drives in and draws a foul and a trip to the line.
Yeah, that's an incredible. You look at it, Jeff, 2 minutes, 12 seconds. It was a 7-point game. At the break, 27-20, I think it was. And now it's quick 7-2 burst. 2 free throws to come. And this sort of deficit is tough to get back from, I think, for a team like Italy. When you've got your bigs getting a rest on your best players getting a rest on the bench.
Jackson's he's been looking at a lot of schools. Everybody'd like to have him next when he goes to college. He was good last year, but he looks like he's taking it up a notch, doesn't he?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I mean, he's been one of the top scorers in nearly every game they played. Him and Tatum, they're vying for top notch, top dog on this team. Tatum averages 15.3 and Jackson's 13.5 over the 4 games. It's only Harry Giles. The 3 of them are the only players in double figures. And I said before, the zone here for Italy to see if they can just stem the flow of points.
Well, the entry to Welsh. And follow. Oh! And then Welsh comes down on Giles. His right foot came down. It looked like he got Giles maybe in the kidney. Or got him in the side. Watch this. He's going to walk it off.
See it better than this angle, I think. Got it hit hard first on the floor, and then Yeah, it was well
the midsection.
Yeah. Big smile on his face, that'll do.
So Rui with the foul.
What was Giles' injury, Jeff? Was it an ACL? Was it?
Yeah.
It was. So to come back from injury, I think he missed the 13-14 season. He'll go back for his senior year at high school, I think, next year. Almost seems unfair, doesn't it?
It's incredible.
Like,
and USA into the lane too early.
he's one of 3 players that fathers have played basketball too at some sort of level. His dad played at Winston-Salem. Brunson's dad was in the NBA, and Tatum's dad was pro in the Netherlands for a year. Played some good college ball.
De La Rosa now over to Flacadori. Flacadori pulls up, and the jump shooter was fouled.
Yeah, I like Flacadori. Yeah, that offers that length. He's got some long, skinny body at 6'4+.
So Kasache has come into the game.
It's the next big man to come down to. They're running through their numbers. I like to look at Chote. We saw him last year, 15, Jeff. Long body. And you're standing next to Welsh there from the USA. They're about the same height. Mind you, Chote has that little bit of a fro going upwards. Extendable hair. Makes him about 7'2" probably.
Onwaku comes in, and Welsh comes out.
Now Chote's going to have to not only contend with height in Onwaku, but the body of Onwaku. Going to muster him all over the place. Oh,
and
nothing
all
to
setting technicals.
No,
Unsportsmanlike, all setting fouls.
it's nothing to it, Jeff. Nothing happened here.
No.
Look, Onwaku just pushes him off slightly. I think the referees just want to calm it down a bit.
Yeah, it's pretty evident it was happening right at the beginning, right when they came out. So Jackson's going to inbound it. The reach in to steal. And Italy now forcing the turnover. Trying to get it back to single digits to deficit. They get a basket here. Flacadori comes up top. De La Rosa gets it over. And one jumper is no good, but offensive rebound. So Picorelli, he missed from the right corner. Now look at Flacadori. Boy, what a player, and then the block.
Just a little too much oopsie-doo, wasn't it? You got shot blockers, you better get out of your hands quickly.
Giles spins, gets up, and he misses. And Jackson tried to follow. And somehow Italy has already given up a basket there.
That's why there's so much fun to watch. You see a shot miss, they got people flying in from everywhere looking for offensive rebounds. And Jackson's defense in the passing lanes.
Yeah, just tremendous.
To die for, yeah.
I think Jackson actually looks like he's grown an inch or two since last year. Now Brunson gets inside, and now misread, and Jackson was one of the alley-oop.
Jackson's pointing to the rim, say, that's where I want it.
Just throw it up anywhere close to the rim.
No. I think the play is designed for that too. Coach Miller was calling the play out.
Flacadori. Versace, that's good.
Nice run there. Flacadori did well. Almost had the shot himself. He wasn't confident getting the shot off without it being blocked.
Oh, Brunson back to an 8-point deficit for Italy. And the Italian stepped in front. You can see the Italian coach asking for the travel.
thought that was pretty good footwork from Jackson there. No anything wrong with that. Completely undersized, the Italians right now, Jeff. You look, 11, Picace is the 4 player. Picarelli more a forward, and then Totti at 7 foot is obviously the big man on the spot.
Now, either the Italian coach was showing the referee a dance step, or he was telling him that he was traveling. So they're trying to tell him to pipe down.
It was
kind of like the tango.
I
thought he was going to grab him for a second there.
Too much Saturday Night Fever for you, Jeff, I think. So it is.
So you got to pull out. You got to try all things. Trying to get his team as close as possible to this USA team by halftime. We're midway through the second quarter of this quarterfinal at the FIBA U19 World Championship. Both Turkey and Croatia winning their quarterfinals earlier today. Picarelli. And his pass intercepted by Brunson. Brunson takes it down, gets it back to Tatum, and Tatum misses the layup. I thought he was going to dunk it.
All you got to do is dunk it. Unbelievable why he didn't go up and flush it.
And
we get another shot now, maybe.
Yep. Riccardi a little bit out of control there. Now quickly back to the Italians, Della Rosa. And he is going to put up the 3 this time off the front of the rim, and Jackson grabs the rebound. Now the long pass up ahead, and he gets it back outside to Brunson. And the 3-pointer takes it back down to 8.
All of a sudden, the Summer League game broke out. We're running gun.
Yeah, it was a 3, so that takes it up to a 40-27 lead. Well, I don't know, with Lupasor, he's got no fouls. And maybe he's just giving him a breather here, because he was arguably their most effective big in the first quarter.
Yeah, along with Severini. I mean, they dominated the first 5 or 6, 7 minutes of this game as far as being a force against Italy. It was 27-20 at the break.
But he's got 10 points
to
lead the way. I'm sure he wants to get out there, but they've got to manage minutes.
But I say that, since the start of the second quarter, 13-7 is the score. It's not like Italy have been completely blown away with Lupasor and Severini on the bench. But you figure at some point you're going to come back to your starting bigs, aren't you?
So Jackson has 8 points to lead the USA. Placadori, he's got 10 points as well as Lupasor. So, along with the 3 assists. And Severini is going to come back in the next dead ball. And that was Jackson with a pressure from the USA. Picace right outside the lane, and he's fouled by Unwaku.
Yeah, lots of little mistakes going on here from the U.S. And Nwaku's just waved over to the bench to say, don't take me out. I'm not sure that Coach Miller, if he'd seen that, would have been too happy. Swanigan comes in to take his place. At the end of the day, Jeff, it's not the player's decision to decide who comes in and out of the game. You've got to just get out there and play.
Well, don't tell that to LeBron James. That's all I can say. Okay, so
you're pulling that card out of the bag, are you?
Placadori into the corner, and Picace misses. Caleb Swanigan with the board.
Slow down game for the U.S. here. This is not what they want to play. They don't want to play at this tempo at all.
And Brunson from long range, and buster.
I think Jalen Brunson is probably their best shooter on this team. Lefty, nice soft touch.
So back to a 15-point advantage.
Mismatch here. Oh, he pulled one of those moves. He faked the pickup for the shot, and he must have cradled it for like a good half second. I hope we see a replay of that one. That was just unbelievable. Everybody in the gym thought he pulled up to take the shot, and all of a sudden he had his dribble alive. He's claiming his innocence. He said, I do that move every day at practice.
Well, turnovers 10 for Italy, 6 for USA.
And this is a tempo the USA do not want to be in. Screen here, who's fouling who, anybody's guess.
Oh, Tatum's like, why did you call the foul on me?
Yeah, he's fighting through on the baseline there. Maybe you figure that USA might be better off just going back into a half-court D, just playing nice and strong.
Flacadori brings it up. And now he travels.
Now they got a turnover, so I'll take my words back. But they've got to generate offensive tempo as well. They cannot be walking this ball to the floor. And
Jackson takes it up top, and he penetrates and hands it off to Swanigan, and he's fouled. It's Severini as he goes up.
I think it's a great catch by Swanigan, Jeff, because it's a bullet pass from Jackson through a couple of bodies. Some good hands as Caleb Swanigan. And you know what? For a big man, shoots great free throws too. You can't argue with that.
I think he's trimmed up just a little bit since last year.
Yeah, lost a little bit of baby weight maybe.
Jackson bodying up, and he does, Italian does well to get rid of it. Mascherati, and oh boy, there's a little bit of afters with Jackson, and I think the foul's going to be on Jackson. I think a punch was coming very close, just around the corner from Mr. Jackson there, because Mascherati got inside and kind of collided with him.
He's averaging about 9 points a game, Mascherati. So he's obviously got a lot to offer this team. He can shoot the ball well. 15-point game, 2 minutes to play.
You know, if you're Italians, you cannot back down against the USA and have a chance.
No way. No way.
So that was, you know, not a bad sequence for Mascherati. Jackson, though, comes to the other end. And Swanigan kept it alive into the hands of Tatum. He misses, and Swanigan gets it back. Superstore is back into the game, and Mascherati almost intercepted that. Severini guarding Jackson. Jackson goes baseline and dunks it with 2 hands.
And then stares with anger at Flacadori, I think it was. I'm not sure he knew Flacadori was guarding him. I don't think he was.
Flacadori. Mascherati. Good! Right on top of Jackson. That guy's got some moxie. Now Tatum the other way. And USA battling each other for rebounds, and good block from Flacadori on Tatum. And Tatum's had the ball taken away from him once tonight. He's had his shot blocked.
Jeff, they don't get into anything. It's all too much one pass, one offense. You know, they either run something or don't run something. But right now, they're just getting a little out of control, above themselves, maybe. Taking too many liberties, perhaps, with the defense.
Now Costa's into the game. And Costa took it all the way down, but turned it over. And Brunson now from long range. And that's a 5-point swing. So 17 points is the advantage. Flacadori for 3. And Swanigan. So the USA have, I guess you have to say, taking command here. The Italians gave it to them really, you know, traded blow for a long time, but the class, the power, the finesse, you know, all of the above, the athleticism, it's just the relentlessness, and the defense of the USA is just allowing them to pull away.
And I think once you go into this, you know, the United States, they've been rolling over teams, so therefore you get, you know, feel like every time you get down the floor, you can just go to the hoop and score. So when they get into problems like this, maybe the last 2 minutes, throw it down low. You know, you've got the big bodies to go to work down low, and Swanigan here on the free throw line with the and one finish. That is one area they will dominate any team in the world, in that low post, and they've just got to pick and choose when they need to get there.
So Italy holding on to the last shot here, down 20. And Brunson trying to force the turnover. Flacadore gets in, looks off the pass. And now Fib puts it up at the buzzer. And the ball goes out of bounds. So Italy trailing by 18 points going to halftime. You can see right in mid-court there, the coach talking to his backup point guard, trying to get some better execution. But it's not easy against the USA, especially the way they put on the press.
No. Let's go back to that last 2 points there from Flacadore, 53-35 at the break.
Sorry, Nick, go ahead. That last...
Yeah, cut me off.
Sorry about that.
There's your stats, 62% for the USA, 4 of 6 from three-point line. Highlights again, they don't really stand on a three-point line and say, we're going to beat you from here. Everything's going to the hoop. Everything's going to batter you to death. And the rebounds at 5, 17 to 15 is not bad when you think about it. But it is really a USA team that is tough to play against around about either end of the floor and under the basket. Steals for the USA 8, as would you expect, the defense they play. They get in passing lanes, they love to gamble, but I go back to that last 2. There's no way Flacadore should be going in for a layup for the last 2 before they come up. It's just not enough attention to detail about where the ball is and who's covering the ball. Jalen Brunson, great start, but great first half as far as shooting. I think he's hit 2 threes, maybe 3. And double figures for Flacadore and Lupasor, who we've not seen since his first 8 minutes of the game.
No, he did come back in the second quarter, yeah. So stick around for second half action here as you look at the rebounding stats. And plenty more to come from Heraklion Crete in Greece. Under 19 World Championship quarterfinal between the USA and Italy. USA on top 53-35. 53-35 is the lead for the USA over Italy in the third quarter final of the day here at the FIBA Under-19 World Championship. Italy doing a good job early on, but kind of falling back under the pressure of the USA in the second quarter. And really, Mick, what do you think about this Italian team coming back here in the third quarter? What do they need to do?
Well, if you go back to that first 5 minutes of the game, when I thought that was the best any team had played the USA in this whole tournament so far, outside the Croatians, perhaps that was an outstanding game. But they controlled the pressure, which means they get the ball above the half court without making too much of an error. And then in the open court, in the half court set, you make sure that you make your jump shots. And they had 2 or 3 opportunities to hit the jumpers. They made them. Flacadori made one. Lupasor made a couple. Severini was obviously there for a couple of offensive rebounds. Is that going to happen to start the third quarter? Well, all Italian fans will be hoping so. It's going to be a tall ask, that's for sure. Because with an 18-point lead, it's very hard to see how a USA team as strong as this will let slip too much. They did start the second period against Iran in their game, in the group game, down 9-2, so it can happen.
Well, Flacadori gets it to Del Rossi here, and Del Rossi looks for an opening. Now Lupasor. And Flacadori, beautiful play, and Severini, and he's able to score with Josh Jackson coming back from behind.
Sorry, Jeff, that was a pass and a half from Flacadori. I thought he got away with a carry of the ball at one point. Good start from the zone for Italy.
Well, good reach up from Mastroianni. Flacadori now. Flacadori gets inside, puts it up and in. Just like the first quarter, the first 5 minutes, Italy had a good start. They outscored USA 14-13.
Outstanding start, isn't it? It's the same starters for the USA at the start of the game. Not quite come out ready to play just yet.
And now Brunson almost turns it over, but Pete drives in and gets the basket. So he was quiet in the first half. Pete starts here in the second. Now De La Rosa, no-look pass over to Flacadori. Mastroianni, a long rebound to De La Rosa. And Pete almost got the steal. And Lupasor fouled. Is it on Ferguson for boxing out?
Yeah, it's got to be Ferguson, I would think, 6 for the USA. And again, the presence of Lupasor, coach here for Italy, has been threatened with a technical foul. He's just getting a little too animated here.
The Pete comes out, Giles comes in. The USA they were up 27-20 at the end of the first quarter, and they led 53-35 at halftime. And Italy trying to chip away. Mastroianni has the shot blocked, but Lupasor gets the miss, and then Jackson soars in for the rebound. Jackson just kind of drifts in.
Yeah, he's tough. He's tough, you know, and I don't think he has a weakness, Josh Jackson, because he plays hard defense, but he is instant offense.
Well, I think going to prolific prep in California is the ideal name for him because he is rather prolific.
It's an interesting name for a high school.
Lupasor, an offensive foul called on Italy. And Costa's going to replace De La Rosa. So 3 fouls on him. Mastroianni also comes out. And Luca Torri comes in for Italy. So look at that, turnovers 12 for Italy, 8 for the USA. And now an offensive foul called against the USA.
This is against Nwako, I think. He's at 14, and he's going to take that little walk to the bench as well. He was upset in the first half when he got taken out. 4th foul for the big man from Louisville.
Yeah. Not having much success today. It's just not going his way. That's where he's coached by Rick Pitino at Louisville. Coach Pitino will be coaching international basketball this summer. Super America's Championship. He'll coach Puerto Rico. Flacadori. Now Severini. This is out to Costa. 5 on the shot clock. Oh, look at that USA defense. Just rotate. 1 on the shot clock. Latori off the front of the rim. Just nothing easy.
Great retrieval from Giles. Knew full well the rebound was going to be hanging around. It took an awkward jump off that rim, but he was there for it.
And the ball just kind of lost out of the hand, fumbled out of the hands from Jackson. Flacadori hands it off to Severini, and he missed the easy one.
Yeah, that's unfortunate too. Giles should be wide open here.
Over to Harry Giles. Well, what a beautiful pass.
Andre Latori just kept running. He wasn't going to get in that photograph quickly, that's for sure.
Well, Giles, you could just see in the replay there, just soaring above the rim. Flacadori, this time.
Yeah, he's smooth, there's no doubt about it. Flacadori's a decent player. He's a little 2-2-1 press. It won't bother the USA too much, that's for sure.
Well, it gets inside to Swanigan, and Swanigan blocked, but Giles was there.
Yeah, Caleb Swanigan, he gets a beautiful pass from Jackson. He's got to go up and finish that with a bit of venom. No good going in and laying it up.
Giles, if he catches it that low to the basket, he's not going to miss, is he?
Yeah. It's a familiar play. The USA have run that baseline screen for their big man many, many occasions in this tournament, and they're very, very successful at it.
Costa picked up his dribble in the backcourt, but Italy were able to get it across in time. Lupasor drives in. He's fouled by Giles. I'm really impressed by Flacadori. I mean, he's got a big future, doesn't he? Handles it well for a player his size.
Yeah, the only thing I'd say to that, Jeff, is that, you know, those positions at the national team level, at pro level, you know, at 6'4", you're going to play the one or the two, and you're going to have to really bulk up at that position.
Sure. Severini comes out.
You know, he's got the body of a point guard, and I'm not sure he really is a true point guard, but he loves the ball, getting at the wing and going pick and roll, that's for sure. And he's got a good mind, reads the game well. There's the American bench there with Sean Miller, head coach.
Lupasor cashes in.
In the first half, Lupasor is an interesting player. He's not an Italian extract player. His parents are both Moldovan, and he's finding a lot of joy with this national team, that is for sure. Good players, number 7 for Italy.
Evans pass again to Giles, and follows up his own miss and puts it up and in.
Very delicate little finish from Giles.
He's looking down like he lost his contact or something. He's okay.
He's just playing defense with attitude, I think that's what it is, isn't it?
Flacadori brings it up quickly, puts up the runner, and
one and done with shots like that. That gives the opportunity. The USA are off to the races.
Well, number 5 bids couldn't get to go down. Now Lupasor, and he puts it up and draws the second foul on Harry Giles.
Yeah, Flacadori there was happy just to push the ball ahead, and Lupasor has been a willing runner on the fast break all night long. Still begs the question, Jeff, why he set out so many minutes for the second period.
Well, he's got 15 points now, Lupasor. And now it's a 17-point USA lead. So, traveling the call.
Yeah, I'm not sure I agree with that one. Swanigan's had a couple of missed fumbles in the game, and maybe that's what the referee looked at. It wasn't a clean catch.
So to this point, Italy have actually won the quarter. They've outscored USA by a point. Still a long way to go. There's a mountain. Down 17. Crete sets the pick, rolls. Lupasor goes behind his back. A kick from the USA, so they're going to reset the shot clock to 14. And Tatum looked at the referee as if they called a foul on him, but it was just...
He took a long stare to see what signs he was making to the table. Just making sure his number wasn't called for the on the fingers for a foul, perhaps.
La Torre, good! Well, we talked about him at the start of the broadcast, a player that can help.
Yeah, and the pick and roll just dragged Harry Giles into the lane, and that gave La Torre the chance just a split second to get that three off. He can shoot it.
This is first three points of the game, in fact. Now Giles goes to work against Lupasor and follows in this shot. Look at how the USA crashed on the boards, and USA guilty of hanging on the rim. Watch this. Who hit? Oh yeah, it was Giles went up and hung on the rim. And the USA told to sit down. Complaining. That was La Torre.
I'm not sure what it was, Jeff, but something was said to the referee. I was heard by the referee from the bench, but he was right next to the bench.
He said next time technical.
Jeff, it's a 14-point game. That is it right now. So an
Italy,
offense or two here. We got a game on again.
But you saw that last possession for the USA, how they will crash the boards. So you got to score, play D, and you've got to box out. Now Lupasor. Oh, that's a tough shot. And now here comes the U.S. And the pass goes out of bounds. So Bibbs could come out. And
Yeah,
he does.
they just need a little more composure, I think.
Bibbs plays Virginia Tech.
They did everything right. Just once you get in the air at half court trying to make a pass to the wing, it doesn't pay off. It doesn't work. It doesn't look very good.
So still only a 14-point deficit for Italy. Flaccadori thinks he could take Giles. Giles is guarding the point guard. And Flaccadori is holding his left knee.
And what's the hand on the hip? That's what it'll be. Little bump there as Giles got him. Flaccadori was going in. And I think we talked about it in the first half. When these little ticky-tack fouls get called, that's when the USA have really got to perhaps readjust what they're doing defensively.
Well, he's feeling it right now. He's trying to take a little bit of time to stretch the knee out. Welsh is coming in for Giles.
Flaccadori just got bumped by Giles as he ran to the bench through the foul line.
Giles has 3 fouls here in the third quarter.
Yeah. And you don't want foul trouble to your best players, and that's why I said, sometimes this full court pressure defense, 40 minutes of the game, can come back to haunt you if you're not careful.
Okay, now we were talking about Flaccadori, and you were saying you thought he might struggle, but listen, he's going up against the USA right now. This athletic team, working hard, and he's got 18 points.
All right,
and we've still got 13 minutes to go.
I'll take it back.
I think you have to stand corrected.
Take it back. I like it. I love his game. Lefty. Can shoot a bit.
You think he needs to bulk up? Oh, beautiful drive, and the foul called on La Torre.
Well, when you get to the pro level, you're going to have to. That's a skinny frame right there. You're going to have to bulk up a bit.
So, you think LJ Peak was at his peak on that drive? He was attacking the basket hard, and that's what we're seeing from the USA right now. They're taking it to the rim. Good things will happen. With this team on the floor right now for a USA, if I was the Italian coach, I wouldn't mind looking at a bit of zone. Just keep the ball ahead of you. Keep the ball on the perimeter the whole time. And
see, the whistle goes. Nobody's not quite sure.
Yeah, the free throw was good.
It's going to count because
Italy ran to the lane to switch. And Flaccadori, that time, goes down, caves in under the pressure, and now Brunson travels. So turns it right back over.
14-point game. You get a good offense here.
And good defense from USA, trying to pick it up. LJ Peak.
LJ Peak had gone over the screen. That meant Flaccadori was wide open in the corner, but the pass didn't have enough height on it. He just got a fingertip to it just to prevent it getting to the Italian guard. Here he goes again.
Flacadori tried to bank it in, one shot and out. And Jackson explodes to the basket, and it's not going to be stopped.
I don't think the Italian defender even saw it. Look, he's got his back to the play. It's Ciotti.
Latorre. Well, Jackson has made some plays today that just make your jaws drop. Torrey into Tote, and the alley-oop pass was not converted, and Latorre commits to foul. Picarelli is going to come in for Flacadori, who is an obvious discomfort. You can see him coming over here.
Yeah, he looks very, very tired.
He doesn't look the same, though, since the drive and the foul when he kind of hurt his knee. Yeah. It's nothing serious. Just sort of va bene from the Italian coach. He's trying to keep his guys focused. They've won this quarter by a couple points. Now, Brunson pulls up at the line. Welsh and the big UCLA Bruin puts it back up and in.
Again, that defensive, that penetration offensively is just killing Italy right now. Latorre to the hoop, maybe.
Picarelli for three. Good! That's not a bad contribution coming right off the bench. Gets it back to 15.
Jeff, I don't think the USA have lost a quarter in this tournament yet.
Oh, well, that was a block called on Costa.
That was close. That was close. Good defense from the Italian little guard.
And Costa looks up in dismay. So, timeout on the floor. USA on top by 15. Well, 69-54, the USA on top, but Italy not giving in here in the third quarter. They've cut an 18-point deficit at halftime to just 15. Jackson has 14 points. Flanagan doing the job on the boards, as you could see. He's also got 7 points with those 7 rebounds. Italy got 18 from Flacadori, but the way he left the court there, I just wonder if we're going to see him again for the rest of the game.
I think we'll see him start the fourth quarter, Jeff. I don't think there's much wrong with him. He's going to have to suck it up, whatever is ailing him. Maybe a little knock on that layup. He has a zone. He's not quite ready defensively for this inbound. 2-3 zones.
Ferguson steps out of bounds. It's the second time we've seen that today, but
it's a common fault of players today. You know, when they go driving, the footwork's not good, and that leg drags back onto the sidelines.
Costa Lucasorb gets picked. Now Picarelli back outside to Costa, and has to get rid of it. Somebody's got to come and help. Still on the shot clock.
That was a double dribble,
yeah,
I'm sure.
I thought it was as well. And the ball goes back over to the Americans.
He dribbled it, picked it up, and started dribbling again.
Jackson puts up a three. Well, rebound. He can hit that shot, but I think probably Italy would rather him attempt that than come into the drive to the basket.
That's a one pass, one shot offense. I mean, There's going to be times this tournament you're going to need a bit more patience than that.
Oh, Latore just threw it right into the hands of Brunson, who goes up for the dunk. Just about.
Yeah, that's the electric Jalen Brunson. The pick of the players for me today. I like the way he's played.
It's been pretty steady, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So the lead is 17. Costa. USA would like to get it back for one more shot. And Ross rejects it right at the end of the quarter. And Ross hasn't really played that much, but he comes right out and makes the play. Gets a shot, gets the block. USA leading at 71-54 with 10 minutes remaining in their quarterfinal with Italy.
So tell me, Jeff, did USA win that quarter or lose that quarter? It was 19 of the break.
Lost it. Yep. Lost it by one. Well, at least at the end of the first quarter, when the USA was shooting 84%, that percentage is now down to 58%. But
I'll go back to that. If that's the first quarter these guys have lost in the tournament, does that bode well for them? They've lost their way in that third period. There's no doubt about it.
But they haven't really, as you look at the turnovers for both teams, Italy just 15 turnovers. So, you know, they're still on course for 20, but Onwaku hasn't really been a factor. He's their starting center today.
Yeah.
He's got foul trouble. 3 fouls, doesn't seem to be into it.
Go back to the offenses that have been one pass and then a one-on-one move. That's very unlike a USA team, but in some ways it's their problem, isn't it? Because they go through so many games where everything's very, very easy, and they come to games where teams are going to slow them down, and you have to go through a half-court set, and they're not really in that rhythm of half-court basketball. It's just high tempo the whole time, and that includes on offense with not as much discipline as they need at times. Maybe the fourth quarter will see them turn things around slightly, but I'm sure Coach Miller will look at the offensive sets and think, you know, we need a bit more discipline here.
Flacadori has indeed come back out onto the court for Italy. So hopefully his knee problem is, he's been able to shake that off.
Jeff, last time the USA team were beaten in an underage tournament? Great question.
Last time. One that we will be able to determine very quickly.
I'm going to tell you.
Okay, tell me. Go ahead.
No, it was 2011 at the Under-19 Championship. So they're unbeaten under 17.
Russia, right?
Yeah, Russia it was indeed. And they lost twice in that tournament. Once to Lithuania, I think it was 2 days before that Russian quarterfinal exit. But they've not lost at any age group, 16s, 18s, 17s, since then.
So Brunson shakes, bakes, gets inside, puts up a tough shot, and makes it look easy. What can you say about that?
Yeah, it is tough.
And you can see the USA wanting to pick up the pace of the game. They want to play fast. And Costa's pass almost picked off, but Picorelli bails him out. I've seen Della Rosa. He's got the 3 fouls. Lupatsor hands it off to Flacadori. And Flacadori had the shot, but missed everything. Turns it back over to the USA. Jackson. And Jackson just kind of lost it after the contact.
Yeah, they've got to get a bit more out of fast break opportunity than that. Maybe move the ball a bit, pass it around.
So Costa out of the game. Della Rosa comes back in. Did a decent job in the third quarter. Costa.
Yeah, he's a good guard, no doubt about it. And we saw him play last year at 17s in Dubai. Is solid ball handler.
Juan Evans is on Della Rosa. Della Rosa hands it off to Flacadori. And now the pass over to Picorelli. An entry pass to Severini. And Severini misses.
Just missed it.
How second time.
How beautifully was that orchestrated all through Flacadori's pick and roll play.
And Tatum draws the foul from Lucasor.
Well, they're instant offense, there's no doubt about it. And, you know, in full flow and everything dropping, they're a great team to watch.
Tatum misses the first. He hasn't decided yet where he's going to go to play university. NCAA. Makes the second.
I'll tell you, wherever it is, they're going to be getting a fine player, that's for sure. Outstanding.
Del Rosa out to Picarelli. And the ball goes out to Italy. And Picarelli hits the three-pointer. He looks okay to me.
Yeah, that's right. Pick and roll there. Defense didn't want to show high, therefore the open jump shot was wide open. And he's a lefty, therefore he can shoot.
Now, more to your point, where's the offense here? It's all one-on-one, isn't it, for the USA? So another three-point attempt, and this time Swanigan grabs the miss.
And I tell you, Jeff, you know, this game is 2 jump shots away from being a ball game again, and that's exactly what the USA don't want at this stage, to be second guessing what they're doing offensively and defensively. See what happened? He turned ankle, was it?
No, I think his foot came out of the shoe.
Oh, sure, yeah, that's the shoe, yeah. It's impressive.
So here he is, Evans, over to Tatum for 3. And his feet set.
He can shoot it. He could shoot it, there's no doubt about it.
De La Rosa is going up against Evans. So Lucasor gets the double team and passes to Picarelli.
What a pass.
And draws the foul.
What a pass. Double team comes. He just steps away slightly and dumps it around. I think with his weaker hand, too.
Very good player.
Number 12.
Come back in for Josh Jackson. Second foul. They will face some size if they end up facing Greece.
Oh,
in the semifinals.
Make no mistakes about it. 2 of those kids, 7 foot, played college ball in the States. You know, the one thing the Greeks are missing is that out-and-out true star at the point guard position. But if Charalampopoulos plays too, it's going to be some game.
Of course, Greece will have to beat Spain first to get there.
Yeah, absolutely. They're favorites, but you're right.
Evans. And inside to Swanigan, and Giles is just impossible to keep off the boards.
Giles. He's the icebreaker, isn't he? Harry Giles, Jason Tatum. These 2 players can turn games. Yeah, add Jackson to that as well.
De La Rosa puts it off to his teammate. Severini with the short jumper. And Giles goes up again and gets another rebound. And now traveling is the call on the USA. Giles,
you know what I don't like about that, Jeff? Is that Tatum's got the ball. And Terrence Ferguson's wide open in the corner here. Wide open.
Yeah.
So you got to be a good teammate at some point, you know, and keep that ball moving, keep somebody else, keep the teammates happy, share the ball.
Yep, very good point.
You do not want to turn it over when you've got a man open somewhere, that's for sure.
De La Rosa decides to put it up this time, but overshoots it, and then Giles runs into Ferguson. Giles was chasing his 10th rebound of the game. He would have had a double-double. I'm sure he will before it's all over.
That's why he's so zealous about getting down. And look, that's mine.
So Ruyu is coming into the game for Lucasor, number 14. Now the defense.
And I go back, that's a lesson for all young players, Jeff, watching Giles come down for that rebound. He's on the foul line. He knows full well. He's like a magnet to the ball, and that's why he's such a value to any team. Not only is he skilled offensively, but he's a ball hunter. Just goes and searches that ball out on defense, on rebounds.
And now we have again, Flacadori goes down, and I think he may come out. So it could be that he does have a knee problem, and he's coming out. Mastiati comes back in.
Yeah, he's definitely wincing, isn't he? His physio's going to have a look at him.
There he is. He's had a big game today. 21 points, 6 assists. 11 steals for the USA. You know that's going to be an issue for any opponent. And Giles goes in, tried to cut the ball, kind of lost it. And foul called on Italy.
Sure, Sean Miller's talking to the referee on this front of the bench about, and I think he's trying to explain that he's got to maybe call it a bit closer because in danger of players getting injured maybe.
Pass inside to Giles, and Giles travels.
Another one of those unforced errors. Giles gets the ball in a great position. All he can do, one dribble to the middle, come off his right hand. Yeah, there's Flacadori just getting some attention from physio. Some ice on that knee, yeah.
Saw Tom Wilson go down with an injury earlier, the captain of Australia with a knee injury. So, a tough tournament. Ball goes out of bounds. Italy still have possession. 5.5 minutes remaining. 21-point game. Bibbs is coming back into the game for Tatum. And Peak is going to come back in. Haven't really seen the best of Peak. He's replacing Ferguson. Peak is conference Georgetown. All rookie team as well. All freshman team. Now, nice pass into the corner, and Rullo, though, puts up an air ball. This is back down to play D. Evans, and pass was caught by Bibbs, but he missed his shot, but Bibbs gets it back. And now Giles gets another rebound and puts it up and in. So Giles now with 14 points and 10 rebounds. Mastiati, and he thought Tote was going to the basket.
Yeah, he's 7-foot center. Instead of going to the hoop, he's hanging around the three-point line on the pick and roll pop. Big fella, get in there. Get in there and mix it up with the bigs of USA. Show me you're a man. Come on.
Italy timeout. USA lead at 81-58. Well, you can see a very animated coach of Italy there in front of you.
Oh, he's going to work, isn't he? He is going to work, you know, and he's a great one for body language. He's done a couple of imitations of his players and their body language on the floor. And, you know, look at the scoreline, 23 points, but he's demanding perfection all the time.
And what is going through the mind of Sean Miller right now, I wonder?
I don't know. I'm hoping he's looking at the performance and saying, listen, we've got weaknesses we've got to sort out. Discipline offensively. And I think that's an element that will hopefully resonate amongst his coaches tonight, because if Greece win tonight, there's going to be a tough game on their hands tomorrow. There's no doubt about that. That will be a game, because they played pre-season, pre-tournament. It was Greece were up, I think, in the fourth quarter. It was a 10-point game for the USA in the end, but it was definitely a good game for both teams coming in.
Okay, so the final 5 minutes of the game in front of us here. USA on top 81-58, quarterfinal. And Giles travels before the dunk.
Jeff, there's a lot of talk. There's the travel look. Does he move his all over the place? Jeff, there's a lot of talk about how the old days when you used to go to basketball camp and learn the fundamentals over and over again in repetition drills. And yet it doesn't happen anymore. The best players just play AAU. There's a lot of chatter out there about how AAU is ruining the fundamentals of the game. And you've seen it in these games. The bigs on the perimeter. They want to put the ball on the floor, but you've got to have the fundamentals first. And Giles is going to be a great player, but errors like that.
Kakate drives in and Evans fouls him. There's some prominent voices addressing that issue.
None of which are mine much. More prominent than us. That's
yours is the most prominent. I'm thinking Kobe Bryant, for example.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, and I'll go back to those words, but this is it highlighted here. Now, let's go back 20 years to the under-19 USA team that would have come on the floor. Fundamentally, would they have been a better team than this team? Possibly. Would it be more athletic? I don't know. We'd have to go back and look at the rosters, but I know Vince Carter used to play in the under-19s, and he was probably as athletic a player as played the NBA in history.
Well, pass and Picorelli takes it to the mouth. And now traveling again, called on Giles.
Giles knocks out Picorelli. Watch what happens. There's the elbow. Giles has got nobody guarding him. Turns around and travels.
Still have him on my team.
I'm not saying either way. I agree with you. He's one of the powerhouses in the world right now.
81-60. Italy looking to trim that deficit. Kakate, and Swanigan knocks it out of bounds.
Yeah, good defense from Swanigan. Just held with it. Kakashi just gets out of control, above himself.
Crete rolls to the basket, but Costa didn't pass it. Picorelli tries low, and Crete goes in, is fouled from behind by Peak.
Watch this. Good looking pass here. Totti catches the ball. Legs straight. You know, big fella, you get the ball down low, you better get ready in a position for power. He's bent. Waku's coming back in. Jackson back in. Brunson's just come in the game.
Totti misses the first free throw. Gosh, it's incredible, man. Onwaku has just hasn't made any type of. He hasn't played really.
No, he's been hampered by his fouls.
44 points in the paint for the USA compared to 24 for Italy. And the missed free throws keep the deficit at 81-60. Peak goes straight at, no, he's going to dump it off to Giles, and Kakache.
That's a beautiful pass for Swanigan. Saw the double team coming. Giles wide open. And what a finish from Harry Giles. That's why he's on your team, Jeff, huh?
Absolutely. Giles comes out with 14 points and 10 rebounds. That's probably going to be it for him today. And technical foul has been called on Sean Miller, who's been chirping. He's been voicing his displeasure at a couple of things.
Well, I wonder if it wasn't.
He's going to sit down now.
I wonder if it wasn't Miller that said something. The bench maybe said something instead. They've been very, very vocal, the bench, throughout this tournament.
So it doesn't matter. They've missed a free throw. Now, he doesn't want a second free throw. He doesn't want a second technical. He'll get tossed.
No, you're right then.
Tote goes between the legs and puts it up outside. A little bit one-on-one. And he's going to come out for that.
7-foot center. Going playground on the three-point line. That's not going to work.
And now Jackson called for the push.
The referee's just not going to settle for anything right now, are they? They're going to pick up the USA team on everything.
Costa gets free.
Yeah, that's good work from Lucarelli. Got the rebound, was strong enough just to get Jackson away from him. Jackson had to foul him. Look at that scoreboard, Jeff. That's 21 difference, 81-60. This has not been a great second half for the USA. At 50 at the break, I think.
Yeah, they were up 53-35 at halftime. Now, Lucarelli hasn't played much tonight. Italy 14 of 19 now at the free throw line. Both teams similar in that regard. USA 14 of 18. And second shot is good. The big difference is it's inside the arc. USA shooting 55%.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's always going to be a factor that's going to always happen against this team. They're just so dominant inside. You know, the USA are in danger of losing their second quarter here.
Munson looking for space, puts it up with the left hand, misses, but Onuaku with the follow. So 2.5 minutes to go now. Look at that, points in the paint. We were just talking about that. 46 for the USA, 26 for Italy.
USA in a 2-3 zone here.
Costa, and some pressure there. Lucarelli gets it and puts it up, and it misses, and Italy unable to get the rim.
Now, I'm not sure Italy actually recognized that USA had changed the defense there into a 2-3 zone. They really had the right people in the right places.
Bibbs, the lefty. And coming from behind, I think it's on Jackson again. Crashing the boards. So he comes out of the game and Swanigan returns. So he's got 4 fouls. And I think the USA just kind of want to finish this thing up and get back to the hotel and look at the tape and talk about the next game.
Yeah.
Because you know, Miller's sat down over there. Things have decidedly not worked in the last couple of minutes.
It's gone flat, hasn't it? I'd say the fourth quarter. They lost the third period. This fourth period is going to be close. They're not going to lose it, I don't think. They're up by 4 right now.
Bibbs looking around, gets it to Onuaku, and he goes up and draws the foul. Kakache picks it up. 83-62. I wonder how Italy will look back on their Under-19 World Championship. Unless they can pull off a miraculous comeback. I don't see that happening.
They've had some good games, haven't they? They beat Australia, they beat the Dominican Republic. Tunisia was obviously going to be a game they'd expect to.
This is the famous, obviously, Onuaku shoots it underhanded, like one Rick Berry.
Yeah.
What do you think about this? Do you think he's to make 1 of 2? Do you think that's the way forward for him?
I got no comment. I don't know what to say, Jeff. You know, it's a style. You know, 99.9% of the population shoot differently. That's fine. It works for him.
Takache drives in. Well, Rick Berry shot like that was very successful. And good read.
I'll tell you one thing though. Whatever you choose, you better practice it every day. You know, if you can make 10 in a row from that, doing that style, then fine.
And going up for a strong rebound there. Onuaku. Well, final minute of the game. 12 steals for the USA in the game, 7 for Italy. Entry pass is Flanagan. Has the ball knocked away. Costa. And USA get back on defense. And Unwaku locks it from behind. And that triggers the fast break. And the foul. Well, you know, that was interesting. Kakache. Oh, we've got a timeout call. Kakache tried to help him out. Watch, he extends this, and then he doesn't want any part of it and just walks away. 84-62, the USA on top with 33 seconds remaining.
It's an interesting timeout. I'm not sure why Sean Miller would want to call timeout here. With 20 points up, 30 seconds to go. It's all gone quiet.
Well, he just wants to sharpen the focus.
No, I don't know. I don't buy that.
I think he wants to kind of...
I don't see the reason to call timeout now. What are you going to do? Run a special play, 20 points up? You want to chew your players out for not playing hard? It's interesting.
Yeah.
Other coaches would get upset. You're losing the game by 20, and the opposite coach wants to call timeout. And you've seen it happen. It happened 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, it did. Eurobasket women. It happened in 2004. I remember Larry Brown called one for the USA late in the games on top of Spain, and Mario Pescara, the coach of Spain, almost went after him, in fact, after the game. So,
coaches can...
but that was Brown had called a timeout, not realizing earlier, and he forgot to wave it off. So that was kind of a mistake. Anyway, Bibbs makes the free throw. It's not like he's drawing up a play, is it? Because they don't
he's
have
on the
the
free
ball.
throw line. Yeah, exactly right. I'm not, is he going to call another timeout?
He's looking over at the commissioner's table.
I know.
Yeah. So, final 30 seconds here. It's packed Heraklion Arena. On the sides anyway. Costa. Picarelli now. And the ball goes out of bounds. And he's waved off the timeout, so he was going to call a timeout.
Yeah.
Now he's waved it off. Strangely. I guess he didn't want a timeout with like 1 second left. Italy inbounding with 14 on the shot clock. Kakache. Costa puts up a long three and hits it. So that gets it back to a 1-point deficit. And that's how it's going to finish. 86-65. The USA beat Italy to get into the semifinals of the FIBA U19 World Championship here in Greece. And they will play either Spain or host Greece. Of course, Greece playing Spain in that next quarterfinal, and Greece will be the favorites. So we saw some good, some bad, and some ugly. Probably, what would you say, more good from the USA today?
Oh, absolutely, Jeff. You know, every time you see these guys step on the floor, you're seeing the next level of NBA stars. You know that.
Yeah, so don't let the last quarter or so kind of spoil it. But there's clearly some breakdowns.
I haven't seen in a long time a USA team finish so flatly.
But clearly, I don't think they were happy with the way maybe the game was being called. So as they leave the court, they've still won by 21 points.
Yeah, and you're right. I don't think you should leave the game. That timeout at the end with 30 seconds to go and then waving off another timeout that could have happened 10 seconds later, that's bizarre. But I don't know what, this USA team shouldn't be remembered for the negatives like that. But they've got to have a tough game tomorrow if Greece or Spain go through, whichever team goes through. But they're 2 games away from another gold medal.
Well, they ended up shooting 54% inside the arc and 55% from long range. Italy, obviously not as powerful inside. A lot of points in the paint for the USA.
And that rebounding number, Jeff, look at it.
Just ballooned
It's
at the
always
end,
going to
didn't it?
happen. I think the turnover number is going to be quite astonishing for the USA. I think they're going to be close to 20 turnovers for the game. Italy probably about the same number, but it'll be 22 turnovers for the USA and against 18 for Italy. That's a number they will not want to see repeated maybe in a semi-final or final. As far as scorers, you can always guarantee the USA will share it around. Brunson was top scorer tonight. Swanigan, I'm not sure he got a double-double with points as well, but he would have been close.